I was shocked.
Yeah, I mean, I was just, it was, for me, it was just Discworld. But
appalled. Yes, I learned that that people will turn on you.
Yeah. Like,
people you thought were your friends.
Generations.
If you don't read their special book, they lose their shit.
Well, this was
It's not your bullshit. The problem is, it's your book, Jeremy.
This is
Josh turned on us.
This is your. And it
Look
turned,
at that.
It
It
turned
started fast. We haven't even started. And it's like,
boy. No, so Brett, I saw you there in the chat saying, "Oh man, meteorite sword." Listen, I've had to hear about this meteorite sword a couple times now. All right, it's been happening a couple times. Gathered throng. Hello, it is I, your internet friend, Jerford K. Horkrims. And however it came to be, the leak is back. However it came to be, you fell and ass backwards into Twitch's brewing show, Acquisitions Intoxicated. I am joined, as almost always, by Acquisitions Intoxicated brewmaster Eric J. Benson, who is all the notorious, obviously the notorious EJB.
one of them.
One of the...
Well, now I'm just getting mad. Now you can't even remember the names anymore.
That
what
elite,
the fuck am I to you?
That elite cadre. He is Legion, basically. We're talking about an Azerbaijan situation. We're talking about an Edge Benson. You already know who it is. But of course, as you know, you who are adherents of this ritual, you know perfectly well. You know, you can see the sacraments laid before you. You know that we are going to put them into the crucible. You know that there is an ark here, a rich ark. We've all taken part in it. This will be introduced into the device. It will become beer before your very eyes. Then we will sample a beer that we previously made. Now I should tell you, we have no idea what this beer is because it was lost with the other laptop. Maybe one of you has a better memory than us because we drink the whole show.
Yeah. So, that memory goes right to shit.
It goes
minute one.
It goes this way.
Yeah.
But one thing that my memory is always keen on is the operation of this powerful instrument.
I don't think so. You're already starting it off. I mean, look at. You don't even know how the show works anymore. Jesus.
Oh my God, you're right. I have to do the grains.
How about you do the grains first?
God, I was talking shit too.
Yeah.
Here.
Man, I'm gonna fucking get him.
Yeah. This is it. This is the hour.
This is my time to shine.
This is the hour. All right, here. We'll put this over her. We got this ding dong. I see that it has been manipulated perfectly.
If you'd like to know, my middle name is James, and I love my dad for naming me that because I get to say, Benson, James, Benson. Do the Bond thing.
Nice.
Great.
Very tasteful. I feel it. I feel it. All right, here. So do we know anything about? Or is this our smash?
Yeah, this is the Sins of the Horkrims.
The Sins of the Horkrims.
Smell this package. So this is super interesting. It's 6 pounds of just straight 6-row.
Exactly. Which
we've never done that before, right?
Because no one does.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean that.
How cool! Like that's a wildly different smell that we normally are used to, right?
It is. You know what? And I'm gonna get my mitts on it. I think just because it is like it's super in your face, right? Oh my gosh. It's sweet. It's like you never know. Jesus. Fuck.
You need a drink to pour that down. Get that in your craw.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
What's that?
Well, that'll be interesting.
Just chewy?
No, it is sweet. But it's like, remember how we I always hope that the descriptions are working. It's like typically when I talk about the 6-row, it's like, hey, so it's wheat. What does wheat mean? Well, it means like a specific, like a mouthfeel structure. It's pretty strong compared to a lot of other brewing grains.
Well, yeah, because it's pale. It's a pale malt, right?
Yeah.
And pale is dry and crisp and clean. But 2-row just gives you a little bit more breath to it, right?
Yeah, and this is a lot more density, like husk.
Yeah.
Like this is a rough grain that came up on the mean streets. Yeah. Is what it is.
It's had a couple knife fights.
This is a grain that fell in with the wrong.
Snap its finger.
This is a grain that could have benefited from after school programs.
It's just a grain.
But dude, but check it out. Yeah, it was again like that's when I say structure. What I mean is literal physical shit. Whew. But yeah, I mean these are chunky, but that's gonna have a massive mouthfeel. And then what do we got over here in the
Now you can bring out your
Horp zone?
delightful.
But how many Horp?
Oh, we're gonna break it up.
Okay. Oh, well, that's
You're
right.
gonna get to use the scale properly.
It's 2-stage.
Yeah.
It's 2-stage. Okay. Well, let me put this glorious raiment on these seeds. All right. Very briefly, I was like, where are the buttons?
You're doing.
You know what I mean? And and this is after I talked all that shit.
You
I'm
talked
like,
so much shit, and
I
then you're
did.
like,
And then I effed it up.
man, I wish this thing had buttons to use.
Like an effer. It's like,
Yeah.
this is broken, Josh.
Yeah.
You need to order another one. Get the Amazon Basics one.
Hey.
What? So we Gucci. How much?
Oh God, Jesus.
Oh, listen, don't you even worry about it. Watch this.
There you go. Boop. Okay, first one gets 0.75 ounces.
Oh, okay. So the bulk of it
Yeah,
is
it's
up
gonna
top.
be at the boil.
And which one did we get? Oh, the Styrian Golden, which is a classic. Super fresh smelling, tart, wholesome. And then the balance of it just goes in the second one.
Yeah.
Perfect. Easy piece.
You overpour, you have to eat.
Oh fuck.
Who came up with this?
That is brutal.
Dude, Josh is back to his old tricks.
That's worse than any hot sauce. That sick ass fish we had to eat. The bugs.
Yeah, you get to put hot sauce on.
Yeah, and then just have your mouth explode.
I mean, early on in my streaming career, I just did whatever Josh said, and he's like, "Hey, look, it's." Do you remember Crab O'Clock?
Oh yeah, that's great.
It's like, hey, it's Crab O'Clock. I'm like, what does that mean? It's like you got to do way more of the thing you hate. Like, does it?
Okay.
30.
Crab 30. That's right. It's Crab 30. All right. Oh yeah, that I remember those hours because one is always, in these contexts, one is always like, well, how bad could it possibly be? Way worse.
Yeah, way worse than you think.
Way worse than you could even possibly fucking imagine. It's covered with poison.
Yeah.
The end.
You know what's funny? I didn't mind the crabs so much.
The crabs. Well, listen, it was a good time, and obviously we have a whole emote. I mean, you can see.
Oh, I know.
There's the litany.
Yeah, I mean the crabs were good. It's just that weird squid strip thing that really.
The squid strip.
I mean, they're real food. It's not like it's actual stunt.
No.
No, it's actually yeah, it is.
That
It's
doesn't
just
mean I have to like every real food.
it's just not. It's not. Josh, no, they're gross. No way I'm eating that shit. All right, so. I mean, we're golden, right?
Yeah, I mean, you want to go for the gold here?
Yeah, here we go. Oh boy, you know what?
I like the crab snacks. Those were good.
No, and we were putting
some
mega
great
hot stuff
sauce
on there.
Yeah.
We were having a great time. We were invigorated by it. God, so I think while this turns on, I think that today against Kiko for Raven Guard is definitely an experiment. An experiment gum.
Okay. Doubling your pleasure.
Yeah, well, theoretically, I think I'll probably end up doubling his pleasure, honestly. But I'm going to try to do full-on ranged shenanigans.
Good.
With fallback shots and teleports of the instrumental warrior blob. We shall see. We shall see. Now, which one was it called?
Drink the spear.
Nope. Sins of the Horkrams.
Sins of the Horkrams. I love that it's all typed out in there.
But just as a warning, it was a 6.66 beer ABV.
Oh, the number of the beast.
Whoa! What the hell was that?
What happened?
There was no scratching. There was no plastic. It went in smoothly. I don't know who you are anymore.
Well, I mean, I'd be happy to get it back out and get that shrapnel
This
popping.
is perfect. That was amazing.
Skip. Start now.
Maybe that's what made that a tanker bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, after a while, it's like the microplastics. After a while, the shavings just accrue.
Yeah, he hasn't put the door on. Yep, there it is. There's the fuck up.
Shut up.
You know, hey, that was Taup. Don't blame it on me. I'm just reciting the chat.
God, I did an incredible job. And it happened the first time. Don't go back, but
Yeah. So what's really cool about this, well, cool for us about this beer, you won't like it, but it is a sour, right?
Yes.
Now,
it's got
and
the
this is-
lacto pop.
This is why you always go, like I love going to a homebrew shop. So I was at Micro Homebrew this morning,
Oh,
and
yeah?
I was talking with Zach, and
Like, hey, we got to punish Jerry.
we got to really
We need to
just punch him in the
scourge. We need to
fucking face.
scourge him.
Right.
Do you have a microorganism that he'll hate?
Yeah, and but he was like, here, try this new type of souring yeast. It's a lacto yeast that also does, because when you just use straight lacto, there's no yeast in there, so nothing ferments the sugar. So it just sours it. So it doesn't become alcoholic. It just sours the beer.
Oh yeah, lacto by itself, right?
Yeah. So, but there's
Oh, that's like the SCOBY, right?
Yeah.
The SCOBY has yeast in it, and that's why there's a fermentation too.
right. So he's like, try this. It's called some Philly. I can't remember the name of it right now, but
Philadelphia cream cheese.
yes, it actually looks like a bag of Philadelphia or a box.
A rod.
But what it does is it simulates the lacto, and it has yeast in it, so it doesn't screw up your kettle with bad bacteria. It doesn't generate the bacteria. It just gives you all of the flavors.
Well, yeah, because you remember, because we have like when you could actually see back into the brew house,
Yeah.
like at Lucky Envelope, they had given their Brett.
Yeah. It's got its own space.
They had given it its own place,
Oh, yeah.
and like they were worried about ghosts
Yeah.
or something,
Yeah.
right? And it's just like that's what that is, and that's all. That's we're just going to do it like that in this, and that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
But they're still like, because even the yeasts that we were using when we started the show a couple years ago, the thinking on those has changed even in those couple years, right?
Yeah, it's always evolving, which is really a fun part of home brewing.
Complete
Is
agree.
we get to use these different products where you can, at a mass scale, you have to produce something that somebody's going to buy in quantity, so it has to be really good. We can just get to play around
Like
with
we
all
saw
this
at
stuff.
Two Beers, it's like because here we're used to like playing around with yeast and choosing yeasts.
Yeah.
At the industrial scale, here's your two yeasts.
Yeah.
And it's going to be one of the yeasts from the tanks.
Right.
That's what we're using.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Gosh. Okay. Well, here.
Oh,
listen.
no, we are definitely putting this motherfucker in Old 54. I can guarantee
yeah, that's
you
still
that.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still going to be 54.
Yeah.
There's a literal. Do you have it back there? Can you go get it? It's empty, right?
Yeah.
We should, here, and then we'll show it off in a second. But as it stands, we have Drink This Beer on tap, right?
Yeah.
Let me get you some.
And I think the first glass is going to come out a little heady, so
Here.
I'll give you another one, too.
As we say. All right.
I'll double check the CO2!
That's real product. Woo! I think you called that one. Whoa, good. I'm gonna put that over there. Ooh, it smells good. Well, here, I'm gonna wait. Oh, you already got the shot, Josh?
There's a little nozzle on the side too that I forget. I think that's
Yeah,
You can tune it.
You can tune it. You can fine tune it. Look at you. Oh man, you are getting good.
See that one? You see the drop? Bam.
God,
We might have to get some more here.
does anybody remember what this was? What was it called? Drink this beer.
Drink this beer. So it's the voice.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's the voice.
Look at the fucking head retention up on this bad boy.
Yeah, Jack. I just don't remember what type of beer we made. Maybe a brown ale.
Could be. Well, here,
Amber?
let's find out. Here, you take this one.
Okay.
Here, I was just gonna say, yeah. So this is the devil's womb.
That's weird. Oh God, get that! That is like kryptonite to me.
So
Fucking.
we had gotten this like from Pico, like the kits that you get had fermenters and these corny kegs along with them, and this was one that they had and used. And when I ordered one, I got one of their like remaindered ones. It's all metal inside. Theoretically, it can be perfected. It can be purified.
Fuck that, not that one.
You see
That
the
one has
label up
ghost
top?
of-
Sours only.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, it smells a little haunted. Let me put that over there.
And Trent Reznor wrote a song about that.
Yeah.
keg.
Well, no, it was a theme album.
Yeah.
There was two CDs. All right, are there 50 other keys? No, not by us. Over there,
What the hell kind of beer beer was
I don't know. Over at Pico, obviously God rest their souls. I suspect they had a bunch. But this is like a saison or something.
It is a I think yeah. I think you nailed it.
Because I can smell that. I can smell that bite. And then it has a rich, obviously, if you have the saison, you want to have a lot of malt to stand up against it.
Right, and we put in dark malts.
Yeah, which is a
Because it
little bit
was,
kinky.
like, for
We've done
the
this a
voice,
couple
right?
times, right? Yeah, that's subtext, right? Oh my gosh, and is it brutal? Was the voice actually...
Oh, I don't know. We'll find out in about one glass.
Yeah, 45 minutes. Oh, Bushi, welcome back.
Wild.
Wow. I think that's probably 9%.
I don't think it's 9%. It's not that medicinal. You know how when you get to a 9%, you're like, oh, cough syrup.
Yes, I know that we have had that, but we have also found tremendous success here on the show, and we're like, oh, this is fine, and then we look it up later, and it's like, oh, it's 9.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
It's 8.5.
Yeah.
This is strong. It has the voice is actually very good as a theme for this, because it is. Here, let me grab some more.
And I think we did the saison because you know how saisons can have a little bit of sour, but not like a sour beer.
That's right.
And it was kind of poisoning your mind in that sense.
This is great, and then because it's very sweet, but that little bit of roasted malt sort of balances it out on the back. But I fear this ABV.
Jack, I don't care about the 6.7, but what the hell kind of beer is it?
Yeah, that's
Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, that's what we need to know. Pause that last frame.
Yeah.
And try to tell us what else we have in here. But yeah, so sitting up at about 7.
I actually like this. This is a great guessing game. We should do this all the time. When we don't know what the hell we have.
It should be a fundamental part of the content.
Yeah.
But I will say that it's another winner. This is in that.
This is great. And this is not your normal for you. It's just on that edge of sour. I know where your sour threshold is, right?
But because we have a darker malt that
Pilsner?
gives it an astringent.
The fuck?
Pilsner malt.
Oh.
Maybe. Goodness gracious. But because it has the roast and is really sweet, those things together with that little sour bite, I'm okay with it. The aroma is awesome. It's immaculate, if you will. Yeah, I'm drunk already. Caramel crystal malt, okay, that tracks. This is amazing. Ryan would love this.
You think?
I do, because I think that this would put him in the mind of his fin du monde.
Yeah, it has that.
On that
but
Belgian, and that basically, I think that it gets there a different way, but I think it'll flip some of his Belgian.
Right, but the only thing it doesn't have is the Belgian bacteria, the Belgian
weirdo
yeast, for yeast.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Well, yeah. Listen, that is.
I think it's great.
That is not bad at all, but that's definitely it is strong. I think that we have hit the theme correctly.
Yeah, it's a voice in your
It's
head.
subtle, and then it chomp, then it bite. But this is definitely a sipper. You do not drink a glass of this, I don't think. Well, obviously you can drink a glass of it. Anyone could, but I think that it probably rewards consideration. That's all I would say. Yeah, exactly. In that sort of double space.
Yeah, Jack, if you go to the end of the show, you should be able to see a clip of the Beersmith. There we go. Apollo, Lemon Drop, Beer to Guard, Wheat. Wow, we put a lot in this mother.
Okay, because there's a lot going on. So this is where we're getting some of our crazy hop stuff. Because that's an odd one. Doing Apollo and Lemon Drop. That's weird. Rex, Verdi, thank you so much. You just ordered the new laptop, and then Josh.
Got another one sitting in Josh was came out of nowhere like fucking Batman, and he's like, "Here, have a laptop."
We used to run VR shit on that laptop, right?
Yeah, no, it's great.
Attempt to.
It worked.
It worked more or less.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Well, it's great because I just ordered all of my
Accessory.
my racing gear. So I got a Fanatec race wheel.
What kind?
It's the clubhouse wheel, so it looks like.
Oh, it's wide. It looks like an F1.
It looks like an F1 wheel.
Nice.
And it comes with a backing that the wheel mounts into.
Is it like one of the direct drive ones, like one of the modern ones?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So it's all torque all day.
My understanding is that you can actually sustain an injury.
Yeah, because so there's like different levels of like.
Fuck you.
Yeah, like
Right.
resistance, right?
Yeah.
That it gives you. It's like 5 and then like an 8. So I ordered I was like, oh, screw this. We're going big or go home, right?
But basically,
if I'm spending the
if you're gonna-
$450
if you're
bucks
gonna
on
buy it,
yeah.
you don't want to be coming back to it
Right,
later. You
exactly.
can just turn it down, I guess.
So
Fat Baron, I don't know. Are you going to spend some time?
I gotta like get up to that level. Like
Yeah.
Mike's been doing it for 2 years now. I'm like I'm gonna be crashing into walls. So
So is everyone else.
yeah.
It still happens. No, but they're very learner friendly. The main
Right.
thing with that is that what it'll offer you, and I think this is the cool thing about the club, what it'll offer you is, their mods
Right.
build a season of content for the club.
Oh, that's cool.
And so it's like all different kinds of races. It's like obviously Thursday that's sort of the showcase.
Right.
But like what you're racing, what types of events, who you can practice with, like that's the rest of the stuff that the club offers.
Right.
It's really neat.
Right. Yeah. So I got that. I got a new Quest 2 because I want to do it in VR.
Oh yeah.
I'm a VR nut.
No, it's real.
And two-step pedals for F1
yeah.
racing.
So do you remember Demio or Demio, whatever? I heard what it's called.
Oh, we got to hop back into
They added. There's 2 other campaigns that we've never even looked at. We have to do it, and now that it's on Steam, just use the Quest over Oculus Link, and we'll use the PC versions. It has cross
Right,
because cross saves.
Because with the Quest
cloud
2,
saves.
I just plug it right into the
USB-C,
PC,
baby.
yeah.
USB-C. All right, now
Belgian Pale Ale looks like.
there we go. Belgian Pale Ale is what won the poll on Drink This Beer. Well, see, et voila. So that's a little bit off style. Like that's kind of a
Well, yeah, but
a
we went
hybrid.
off style because of the voice and the dune, right?
But that tastes like a Belgian Pale, right? I was getting the saison bite, but I was
Wait,
not.
does Mike actually have race gloves?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. See, that's how you know it.
Gloves, otherwise your hands get all chapped.
You see,
Shit, really? Can I get race gloves?
yes, you can. But I'm
Where
saying
do I
that.
order them from? I want to.
So Mike,
Is it a
talk to
Ferrari
Mike,
race
talk
gloves?
To Mike. Yeah, get him. You're going to drive the red car. No, but I'm saying that like.
I'm Italian. If I'm not supporting Ferrari, I'm fucked.
Sorry, there's a gesture. Now, but when he pulls on the glove, that is what instigates the transition from Mike Krahulik to Mike
like
Race Car. As soon as the glove comes on, that's how we know.
It's like Days of Thunder, and you just feel badass walking. The theme music turns on, right?
It's a whole. See, I was going to say, I can see Mike Race Car has gloves. Yes, exactly right. Now,
Well, I need to know where to get said gloves so I can get these ordered.
I promise you that he can hook you up because he and his eldest, they both drive.
You're eating that mic, Jared.
Am I?
Yeah.
How?
Holding in, I think.
Sorry, that sounds like me. Now, so obviously we have this device, this instrument. We're ready to roll on this. I think I might have to get just a little bit more of that.
I agree.
Yeah, Belgian Pale Ale. That turns out to be a pretty good combo.
Yeah, this is real good.
Yeesh. But also head retention for days.
I mean, you could just use golf clubs or like baseball clubs, though.
You could. Well,
Communist.
so I did good before. I did good for others, but let's take a look at this. I mean, obviously, we want head retention. We want to
So-
retain a certain amount,
I mean,
but this just has a hat.
it's a top hat.
This is not
It's got a whipped topping.
beer whip. No, that's not what we're
Wow,
looking
we should
for.
make that. That is a product.
Yeah,
Beer whip,
beer whip.
That would be delicious.
right?
Welcome to this is the
Like,
hour.
Put it on pumpkin pie, and it's like a pale ale whip.
It has that hop tartness. Mais oui.
Coffee.
Holy shit! How do we?
You can just put that in one of those.
TM.
In one of those.
We're calling it right
yeah.
here.
Oh,
Yeah.
OC, do not steal.
Yeah. Actually, that would be really
One of
cool.
those, like,
Oh yeah, a whippet can.
yeah, whip it thing.
We could do
Can you
whippets
that?
and make beer whip.
No. no, we can't. We can do one of the things.
Thank you, Orion. It's like when I don't have I am learning a whole new world when it comes to having long hair.
So it's going to be maintained.
Yeah, but like when I don't have like 20 minutes to sit there with this flat iron and do out the hair, the Fabio
Are
hair.
you doing a thing?
Oh yeah, it's a thing.
Really?
Like, to do the hair, it's a lot, right?
Braid it at night.
Yeah.
You unfurl that when you wake up.
But chow.
I'm learning so much about long hair. Like Laura has been great at like teaching me all these things, and but like if I don't have time, it's just like we're gonna whip it into a little ball here.
Yeah, Laura is a beast. Okay, now, so let's jump in here, get that pole, get it bopping. Bup, and bup. So what are we thinking,
So
style-wise?
I was thinking, what if we did like wizards, like famous,
Like Great Wizards?
Yeah, like
We did
famous
Tasha.
wizards. We haven't done Mordenkainen.
There's tons we haven't done.
Yeah.
And then if you extend that out broadly into fiction, there's all kinds
Oh,
of
yeah,
wizards we
totally.
can get at for sure.
But
I'm loving this theme.
like we haven't done Mordenkainen.
True.
We haven't done Elminster.
True. But you got Fizzban. Ooh, Fizzban would be a kick-ass.
Throw it in the mix.
Kick-ass zone. So,
Bushi, I would love
see,
to.
Crimson. I didn't even see that first. Hey, now Bushi, listen. If we're gonna do a Netrunner beer, we should wait.
Yeah, there's some reasons we're going to wait on a Netrunner beer, but that's a great idea.
Mordenkainen. Even just typing it.
Oh yeah, Rincewind. Yes, Rincewind.
All right, now I'm gonna need help.
Just the dumbest fucking wizard.
He's dumb.
He's a
fucking
coward.
stupid as hell.
His first goal in anything is to run away. He's
Well,
very good at running away.
can you hand me the books real quick? So, I
these.
listen. I just want everybody to know.
You're trying to redeem yourself on this.
No. I'm trying to say that Ghostly's cool. I just want everyone to know that we have weird sisters, and we also have guards.
I think Kindle. I think you're right. Until Jerry reads Discworld, I don't think we do a Rincewind. I think you have to know, like,
True.
you should know the character because it's fucking hilarious.
But is it another one of these sort of like bureaucracy type
The
characters?
wizards are
No, he's just-
basically
You gotta read.
You gotta read it.
Fair enough. Deal.
It's so complicated.
Really?
The world is super complicated. It's all layers
Oh,
upon
it's
layers upon
rules.
layers.
Okay.
Yeah. But dumb rules.
Yeah, very, very dumb rules.
Okay. So we got Mordenkainen, Rincewind.
Elminster.
When I know, when I can join you in that worship,
I think
let me do it.
That's when you do it.
Raceland.
What? Oh yeah.
If we're doing wizards, Raceland's got to be in there, dude. He's got hourglasses in his eyes, everybody. That's very important to a person in middle school.
that really had an effect on me.
You can
and I
talk
wanted
to
to figure
your
it
friends
out. It's like,
a lot about how cool that is.
it's like all I wanted was a monocle, and this was halfway there between having an hourglass in my eye.
God, that's good.
Rastlin was my. Oh yeah, middle school. Yeah, totally.
Right, get the dark beer in there.
Agavesi, absolutely.
Now, I feel very confident if we have no, it's all to the G.
Rastlin away in Margaritaville, fucking on point, Craston.
Here, let's try this here.
Do you have Fizzban in there too?
Wizards. Yeah, I'll put it in there.
Just for shits and giggles.
Well, think about those. Fizzban, I think you could definitely do that Australian sparkling,
Oh, that'd be really fun, right?
right?
Also Doom, yeah.
The fact of the matter is that we are gonna. This is such a rich, topic.
Oh yeah, Dresden.
It's such
I
a
know.
rich vein. We got to get back in there.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Mike
the thing.
loves Dresden. Mike has read. I mean, I don't know how many there are, but he's read at least 10 of those.
So I haven't read the books, but everybody raves about the
show is-
RPG.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, man,
I heard the show is okay too,
Yeah.
actually. Hold on, Kindled Sky. How erotic is this lore?
This can go one of two ways, and
I think it can go one of one way.
oh, there's a whole.
I think it's a bad.
I'm not going to mention that on live.
Oh, it can go. Oh, never mind. I think I have some suspicions. Sensual.
15 books?
For
For
Dresden?
Dresden?
Yowza. Yeah, I mean, I know that because when he got Orion Rogue, no promises. But when Mike got into it, I know that he went, because when he gets into a series, he goes fucking crazy. He goes hard. Like Elminster.
Well, didn't he do that like was he big in the Expanse?
He liked Expanse a lot, but for him, it's like Expanse gets too weird.
Yeah.
For him, I mean, now that like the show is at its final thing,
Yeah.
and there was, for him, when you start talking about like slow space, and like he liked all the basic conflicts, but then once sci-fi becomes something like fantasy or something like mysticism, he checks out. He doesn't like that type of shit, except for Star Wars.
Well, what's funny is my dad, who you got to meet this weekend, and I don't know if you got to talk about fantasy because apparently all you did was talk about me.
Well, no, you, but also
I got all the dirt.
but he hooked me up though.
Yeah.
But for him, the IT stuff, like
Oh yeah.
I had a really great time talking to him. You have to understand, I mean, guys like that in engineering, especially in something that is changing as fast as telecommunications,
Right.
they wash out. They're not still at it at 72.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's really cool that he's still got a handle on it.
Right. But he's huge into fantasy, and then like he tried the Expanse, and he's like, yeah, it just didn't work for me.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit too woo-woo, probably, right?
Yeah. But like loved the Black Company. Like I had to force it on him.
Black Company's
Like
so
I
good.
literally sent him all the books.
Yeah.
And then he was like, he read them in like, no time. Like it was done.
But that's why I think that a Black Company, obviously like not licensed,
Right.
but that's why I think a Black Company campaign
Right.
that is
It would be amazing.
about military and military trench brotherhood plus a kind of magical engineering,
Right.
like a practical magic.
Well, we have two ways of doing that, right?
Right.
And then we could use Chris Pramus and Green Ronin put out a Black Company source book.
What kind of system is it?
It's I think it's Fantasy Age.
Well, yeah, Fantasy Age is great. We played that on this stream. So.
Totally. Or we could use Torchbearer, which is another one that is
just get mean with it.
Just get really brutal with it and
Yeah.
go down that hole.
Not yet, Bushi. Have not checked out Band of Blades, but I have been. It has been recommended to me many times. Right here.
Yeah, Band of Blades. Yeah, totally.
Bar none. See, Kindle Sky and Bushi are both trying to get a piece of it. Now, Cab. Obviously, we're gonna have to do multiple Wizard shows. This is gonna be like the Dragon thing.
Yeah.
The truth is, no. One moment. That 6-row smells really good, but it is not. It isn't like our other. It isn't like our other malt bills. Like that is a really. That's like a ground cereal or something. Like that is a heavy wheat. And so like the aroma that it is putting out, oh, what a cool color too. Look at that.
Yeah, it's not a clear, like it's not clear like you would normally think from a 2.
No, and it's not bright.
Yeah.
The 6-row is a little more, it's cantankerous, right? The 6-row is wheat and it wants to tell you about it, right?
It's pretty cool.
I love it. But that is like that wheat biscuit, like a shredded wheat.
It's barley.
Well, fair enough. But I'm saying that, but you know what I mean? Like
No, I
that
get what
has
you're saying.
like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
shredded wheat cereal type smell.
Yeah.
Oof. Oh, time. See, that's a great hook. That is a great hook. Yeah, sauce. Man, they put out a trailer today for the new Witch Queen stuff that looked really cool. My
yeah.
teen is way behind.
I really do want to jump back into Destiny.
Well, we can. I mean, it's all PC now. I mean,
it's all PC. It's all. That's the only way I really want to play that. Like I love mouse and keyboard with that game.
yeah. Well, and I like 4K.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Mordenkainen.
okay. So Mordenkainen was a balance wizard, right? So, he didn't fight for good or evil. He was making sure it was kind of like a Doctor Strange type of thing. He kept the balance.
Yeah, and he was actually he's like Mordenkainen is like Greyhawk, right? Like
Yeah,
he's like
very,
old
yeah,
school.
he was
like
Greyhawk.
Mordenkainen was someone's character,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he was Greyhawk. And I think Gygax made him up, but I could be wrong.
He was created by Gary Gygax.
yeah.
Here, let's just eat a couple of these paragraphs, right?
Right. So you're.
Oh my gosh, he was Gary's fucking character.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. Oh wow. Okay, that's very different. Once Gygax was forced out of TSR, he lost creative control of Mordenkainen. That is
They stole his character.
That is really interesting. TSR then made Mordenkainen a powerful wizard with strong convictions against moral absolutes. And God, were they fucking with him?
Probably.
And the leader of the Circle of Eight, a cabal of 8 powerful wizards, one presumes. It'd be cool if it was 9, right? Just kind of fuck you. So there's like 8 of you? No, there's 9, idiot.
Dumbass.
You suck. In fiction associated with the world of Greyhawk, he has played diverse roles as both a protagonist and antagonist. What a fucking great hook. So balance.
It's balance. He keeps the balance in the world, right?
Yes. Official publications for the world of Greyhawk sometimes contradict each other regarding Mordenkainen. That is exactly right. That is how it should work. Okay. Tall with a grayly streaked Van Dyke beard, wearing long boots, carrying a staff. Keeps his own counsel, does not tolerate fools. Wizard shit, baby. Love it. I love this gent. See, in 1991, he was refashioned as the most powerful wizard. I see. So
Right. So
we're good. So he's Orth. It's the old shit.
Yep.
And he's got so many spells, right? He invented like on that world. If you are a wizard, you come up learning his spells.
Right, exactly.
God, that's cool. I would like more of that, honestly. Whenever I see new spells.
Like I want the lore behind the spell, right?
Yeah, I want to know because those mages are part of a tradition, right? I would like to know. I think it's probably worth indicating that, and also in such a world, I guarantee you that it would be like ASCAP or something, right? I promise you that wizards are getting paid.
What's going on, buddy?
Wizards are getting paid every time you cast these fucking spells.
Great having you on stream last week, Yuck.
Where is the Yuck Mouth?
He subscribed.
Oh, he subscribed, but then he knows say. Now, Yuck Mouth, I've been wondering about this. So is your handle a reference to the rapper who occasionally performs alongside Tech 9? Or is it more a reference to the physical condition of the mouth? In this zone.
Yeah.
This area. Perhaps under a specific context.
And if anybody hasn't caught the VODs yet of the Story Brawl streams, please do. They're hilariously funny.
Dave put him up.
Yeah.
The rapper, but it was a Diablo character.
Oh, even better,
wow.
Yuck.
Back
even
in
better.
the day. Now, was that the original Diablo? Did you use the
duping? Remember the dupes?
The clone? Well, the duping was real, but you could also, on that first one, you could install a clone copy on a friend's PC and play together.
Yep.
What a delight. Now, it's time. It's time to get hog-ass wild. So we're looking at styles for Mordenkainen.
So what kind of beers are neutral? Right, like it's a beer that
balanced,
that everybody can like. The craft beer to the guy that likes Coors, right? Like to me, that is
the middle point.
That is Yingling. Like for me, Yingling is that middle ground beer. The person that likes Coors and the craft brewer can all kind of
gather
around that beer and say, okay, yeah, we can drink this.
We can meet in the middle on this.
Right.
God, it's gonna be some kind of a lager.
Well, I mean,
times you are not wrong. Japanese pilsners are executed at the apex.
Right.
And then, at Mugen Ramen there in that laneway in Melbourne, then I had a chance to try a bunch of other Japanese microbrews that they had imported.
Oh, very cool.
The pale ales, the IPAs, it's all, they are perfect. Every one of them is perfect. That beer that you got me, Josh, the chestnut one,
Yeah.
perfect.
That thing is amazing.
It is one of the most perfect.
The leak thing is still on.
Yeah,
For the
it is one of the most perfect beers I have ever had in my life.
Toast, thank you for all the gifted subs.
Absolutely, much appreciated.
So I took my father to Sushi Kashiba
That's what you're saying.
over the weekend, which is right down in Pike.
Yep.
They do like an omakase style sushi
Man,
presentation.
that's so cool.
So we have to go one time. It's gonna blow your mind. It is probably the best sushi I've had in my life. And
Didn't you say that it's operated by a student of Jiro, like from the?
Yep.
That's incredible.
But what they had was these fantastic flights of Japanese beers. and there were pills. And
No,
there
they didn't.
And my dad and I went through them.
So,
and they were crisp and clean and
But,
dry.
but customarily, these servings are not tall, right?
Oh no, we got cans. They bring it out.
Oh, okay, okay.
You get the can, so you can
I've
see the
seen
can.
because I've seen I watch a lot of Japanese TV shows and stuff like that. And a lot of times there's like a decanting. So a lot of times the glass might be,
It was a fluted
minimal
glass
height.
that we put it in, but they wanted to present you, just show you the can that it came from, and which is fun.
Yeah. Fat Baron, we have had experience because we got hooked on Korean barbecue,
Oh yeah,
and we have had some sochu. Exactly right. So T.R. Williams, that's the key. When we talk about balance, what axis are we balancing this on? And is it like an attempt to balance it? Absolutely. Tell me more about the shochu. Are we trying to balance it on every axis? Are we trying to make the true neutral?
yeah. What does that look
beers?
like? I think that one is an amber, right? Because that across the board
broad.
gives us all the malts we could want to use and all the hops we could want to use, right?
Yeah. And in terms of style, it's a grab bag. We can go hog wild on it.
Totally.
Okay, so amber ale's easy.
What else would be like a neutral?
Well, somebody was saying an alt beer, and I think that's basically correct. That's going to be right in the middle of a bunch of
Williams, yes.
Kolsch.
A Kolsch is good.
That's
and
brilliant.
a Vienna lager. I mean, which are kind of.
Yeah, they're in a specific quadrant of that diagram, right?
Same with the Czech lager.
Exactly. So let's just say lager, and then we'll come in and mess with it as we like. But I mean, and I know, like when we went to Obeck, and then every one of the beers that we had on the flight was flawless.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
There was just nothing wrong with any of it, and it didn't seem like any of it particularly like jumped out, made any particular kind of statement. But every one of the styles was just executed.
Yeah, to perfection.
Right?
Pyro, I want a beer too.
Yeah. So I say let's go with lager, broadly writ, because that's gonna
like a lager, just a
that's
straight
basically going to give us a really wide range that we can customize and play with, because we would need to. But the lagering process, as we know, like from Penny for Your Thoughts or In for Penny, that's one of the best beers I have ever had in my life.
Yeah, it was
and we
amazing.
made it here.
2 years ago.
Right?
And we let it sit
And it
for 2
rested forever. Now, letting it rest is going to be hard for us.
Well, I mean, realistically, we only have to let it rest for 2 to 3, maybe. If we want to get
Now that
gracious,
I've had
6
the
months,
2 year, now that I've had the 2 year
I
rest,
can't go back.
I mean, I guess that's true. We got a backlog there, but let's just say a lager, and we can come in there and tune it however we like. Yeah, I mean, Kolsch is another one of the great ones. Goza, I would say, is not. Goza is not going to be the
It's
balance.
not neutral. That's like
it's
a
not gonna
fucking
be a
lightning
vector
bolt
for.
smell.
It's not going to be a vector for
Yeah.
balance. I want one more style, if you got it. ESB is also classic.
Yeah, but it's not. It's bitter, so it's not a balancing. It's not a balancing.
Mexican lager based on a Vienna, varying lightness, crystal clear.
I like that, like a Modelo almost.
Half a Weizen. Now that I feel like that's also in the middle of the diagram.
Red ale, yes. Oh,
Yeah.
like a red ale.
Yeah.
That's a great idea, Brian.
yeah.
No, Williams, I know ESB isn't super bitter. It's just not. It's not in the middle.
No, there is a target that we are looking at right here in the middle. Oh, and obviously Dunkel is that's one of the greatest beers on earth. I mean, no question, Pirl. But that's absolutely the case.
Dunkels are probably my favorite beer on the planet.
Man, I ended up. There's another local spot that just popped open called Jellyfish, over in Seattle, and they dropped just right in the middle of February. They dropped a Schwarzbier, and it is perfection.
Did you go there and get it, or
No.
Is that this corner
It's
store?
at the fucking corner store.
That corner store is just amazing.
Mordenkainen's faithful Hefeweizen. We could. Yeah, Red has a lot going for it. Man, I'm
Like
surprised. I'm
the
shocked to
Madsen,
see all
like
this
I
love
would
for
cosplay
red.
him and he would cosplay me, so I have to get like a bald cap type of
What's
thing.
the difference between a red and an amber ale?
Part of it's the yeast.
Kind of red.
Part of it's the yeast.
Think of Killian's Irish Red. It's the malts you use, the amount of malt you use, the yeast, and the hops.
And they're,
Like,
but it's fermented differently right here.
No, it's not really fermented different. I mean, it's the different yeast you put.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm saying that in my experience, red ales tend to emphasize like the malty, nutty character.
Yeah.
And so when that hits your palate, you're like, hey,
Yeah.
we got a good thing going here.
And Orion just hit it right in the head. Red
Yes.
will be more malty versus an amber,
Yeah,
which is more.
the amber is going to have a little more. Certainly in this context, it's going to have a little bit more fruity character. But the main thing without having them both here in front of us, it'd be hard to explain. But when you like the malt, when malt gets emphasized by the yeast, the way that it hits the palate is as like a rich syrupy texture. And that has a little bit of the nutty finish. Like, that's the main thing that a red carries.
like richer.
Oh my, yes, rich is perfect, Josh. Yeah, red it is. Yeah, and we can make something that hits, right? We can make something that hits the palate in that space. I did want the lager, but I mean, I guess we could make this on the weekend. We don't need them to give us permission. We could make it anytime we want. We just make
have
it
the
in the basement,
technology, yeah.
and then we'll war game,
Yeah.
and then we'll pitch, and we're fine. Dude, do you remember?
So just do a, dealer's choice next time.
It's true. Do you remember that bonk ass setup you came up with to cool down the entire
yeah, it was
volume
wild.
in like what?
Fucking
5
2
minutes?
seconds, yeah.
Like the multiple cooling blocks with the ice.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I think we still, while we were learning it, I think we still have some of the stains here.
Yeah.
All right, here. So we're Gucci now. It's red
cool.
ale. Let's
So
get it.
let's talk about our ABV. Where do we want our ABV to be? We can go from 4.5 to maybe up to 7 at most. If this is Mordenkainen, it's going to be balanced. So we don't want to go
True.
too high. We don't want to go too low.
I mean, I agree with that. So, I mean, the classic, if you go out and look at it in the actual retail space, 6.5 is like where everybody hits. Like they really like this one little angle.
What's really funny is I like a sessionable beer. Like I want 4.5. I want 5.5, right? Because like I can have a
Fine.
a couple of them and not get.
I think it's fine, but yeah,
Schlitz.
you get trashed like from the jump.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good way to look at 6.5 Nightwind. The top tier power of Mordenkainen would be like the upper bounds of the ABV.
Exactly, but a lot of it, I think, it has to do with him
Yeah.
restraining himself too. So we can't actually lose on either side of that.
It's just what part of his persona are you taking from?
Yeah, just have a decent meal beforehand. This is good advice for you, Piril.
Yeah.
You have materialized on these streams. Oh no, Piril. Are there any novel Scottish terms for being drunk that I might not know? Any novel ones? I suspect that there are. Pished, I've heard about this one. Bleezing? What? Bleezing?
I think he's making it up.
I think Talp is effing with me. Blutered? Okay, so you see Toast is there too. Blutered. I love it. Yeah, obviously
Yeah, this guy's freaking blue tonight.
you don't want to get banned, obviously. I think that you would, Talp. I honestly, I think that you actually would. That's how I feel about it. Oh, of course. I mean, look at this. I mean, I should have known. Right? This, of course, they're going to choose the middle option
Yeah.
because it's balanced.
Okay, so we did ABV.
Yeah.
We got SRM.
Sir.
I think this is going to be like a 9, a 14, and a 15 and a 25.
In the red space. All right, now do we have access to your boys' diagram? There you go. So 9, 14. See, we haven't even put it up yet, and 2 of them have already voted for.
14's just getting into red, and then 25 is really in the red space.
Yes, but look at this, lashed for drunk.
Oh, that's fun.
Lashed.
I like that.
That's bonkers. When did we get this diagram? We've never had a diagram that reaches down below 40.
We had to pick a new one up. Ghostly found it.
Oh. Yowza.
I mean, once you're below 55, it's...
Well, it's dark at that point. Yeasting sounds like... It sounds like one of those...
Sounds dirty.
It sounds filthy, right? It sounds like one of those, like, cloistered, religious... It's like not sex, but it's like... You know, we're sort of like having sex, but we're not. It's not sex. Like we can get away with it. You know what I mean?
No, it sounds like something else that I'm not even gonna say. Now that I think
That's
about it,
gross, Josh.
sounds like something.
Yes,
that I'm
exactly.
not gonna say.
Soaking, steaming, like these.
Let me adjust you.
Is it screwed? Sorry.
It's a wackadoodle.
Can't bring them anywhere, folks. You give them one thing to do, and just can't put on a mic.
Can't clip it. Yeah, exactly, Judge Ooze. Soaking. Everybody look it up right now.
Soaking?
Yeah. Are you not familiar with this term? Yeah. I know you're familiar with it.
In what relation?
Stay soaking. I'm talking about.
Like, am I soaking in water? Am I soaking a fruit? Am I
Yeah,
soaking
basically. More or less.
You're soaking it all up.
Is this like a TOS violation type of lookup?
Like
No, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. We're soaking.
Oh, is this the Mormon thing?
We're soaking instead of breaking the TOS.
This is a Mormon thing.
I mean, if the TOS is broadly writ, religious sexual mores, soaking keeps us on this side of the line.
Yeah, okay, now I know where your head's at. Okay, sure. That was weird to find out about that one.
This chart is crazy. Yeah, Travis says, is this the Mormon thing? Unfortunately, you'll have to be more specific. Yeah, man, this diagram is way different than our classic, for sure. But do your best. Now, they want the 25.
Okay. So bitterness. How bitter do we want to make this?
He seems kind of bitter, frankly.
Well, is he bitter or is he in the middle?
Yeah.
So I would say 25, 35, and then 55. Or 40 and then 55. Is he bittersweet? Good question.
Yeah, and the reason
Did he transport the verb to
the pipe
and
vice versa.
and bring them to
Also, there's the pipe verb as well. You didn't know about it. Now, so take a look at that. Because obviously, some of these things, we hit it like right in the middle of the diagram. These are the things that are like visual, ABV, we're talking about like the effect. But in terms of the bitterness, we're getting more into the character concept.
We can see how much alcohol Jerry's had, since he can't spell 25, because there's too many letters.
Yeah. I'm not into it.
I didn't say that.
Oh, Fade to Black. Nothing would bring me more pleasure. This is Mordenkainen.
Man, speaking of Fade to Black, when Ghost started up with Enter Sandman, that slow version of Enter Sandman, I was so thrilled.
Yeah.
That show
it was
amazing.
great, dude. The whole show was great.
Unbelievable.
I'm ready to do another show.
Yeah.
Brent and I ended up going and seeing Tig Notaro at the Moor, which was a blast. And I was like, well, yeah, shows.
They're a thing again.
But these places will all let you drink straight up in the theater now. Something happened.
Well, different licensing happened because of COVID, right?
Okay.
Like drinks to go happened and all these different licensing.
Because that's how it is. So you basically you spend $4 more. So they give you a special sealing cup, and then you can that's refillable for the duration of the show.
Technically, it's a drink to go at that point, right? How cool
Yep.
is that?
And you just go into the theater,
yeah.
which was great.
Yeah, Ghost was awesome though, and Volbeat. I love Volbeat. So
Yeah, honestly, I liked the Volbeat concert as much as
Yeah.
the Ghost concert. And like Ghost live is as good as Ghost on the CD, but I think that Volbeat live is actually better than the
Oh
CD.
yeah, they're fantastic live. Ooh, this is getting bitter with it.
Dick a motor man.
Put him in control. Wow, that's bringing back to Megadeth, isn't it? Watch him become a god.
Here, anyway, no, Judge Ooze, Ghost, like the band Ghost. It's quite.
That was one of my favorite Megadeth songs.
It kicks ass.
Yeah.
That's why. All right, 55. So they are saying that this is in fact a bitter wizard.
Cool. Okay.
Let's get it.
So what do we got to do now?
Well,
We have to go with a.
now we have the guardrails.
We have the guardrails. We have to go with a base
malt.
grain.
Exactly.
And we're brewing a what? This may not be
This
a
is a red.
6.5% beer. What?
I don't think it is. This is a red.
It's a red. So we are going to use pale malt to start. We could also use Golden Promise or a Vienna. Dry, crisp, clean.
Vienna is more of the biscuit.
It's yeah, a little more bready. Still crisp and clean, but just a little more bready.
And then Golden Promise is mega
as
sweet.
fuck.
Can do. Orion Rogue is always coming in with the curatorial takes. Mash it super high so it soaks up the high IBU and brings it back into balance. Oh, Asmati Games, always a pleasure to see you.
I like that Vienna is kind of on point for like a neutral
Yeah,
like beer, so that's cool. But yeah,
it works.
any of these work.
Hey, so Asmati Games, gosh, is it top secret? Is the new version of like because obviously
I don't know if we can talk about it yet,
okay, never mind.
but he can in chat if he wishes to.
Are there any one deck games that have been announced? Long story short,
Yeah, I think he had him at PAX.
I just want to make sure
Oh yeah, I get it.
because I would like to.
Anything you want to say to the chat?
I would like to know.
Ah, win, lose, or banana.
Thank God. All right, finally. It's been a minute. It has been a minute. All right.
I think Vienna's.
Banana. That's what they want. Yeah, make them say
That one got
Yeah.
me.
Vienna. So that's going to be.
Oh yeah,
really
Galaxy already was kickstarted.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. It's like the last 3 years. It's like I don't know when anything actually happened.
Yeah.
Okay, because One Deck Dungeon is my solitaire game on PC. It is, mwah. It is such a good
Yeah,
version.
because we played that.
We
hell out of
murdered it. Like we played it like the physical version tons and tons and tons of times. Finally figured out the puzzle. Right? Galaxy is on a completely other level. Now, so we're good. They want the Vienna.
So we could do one more. We could put pale or pilsner in here, or say none,
Oh yeah.
just to kind of balance, give it a little bit of balance.
Yeah, to basically bring the dry crisp up, right?
Or we could just say no.
Yeah, Pyrrole. I have been quite surprised actually at how
Long 2020 is
well.
going?
Yeah, it's been real long. But for me, I don't necessarily know in each case like because I'm like 46 and I just turned. I'm also old.
Yeah, happy birthday, by the way.
Thanks, pal. But I don't necessarily know which parts of this cognitive decline are related to my advanced age or if it's related to this like 3-year crisis. Like, I don't know which thing is actually responsible for it, right? I don't know.
It's like a mix.
Yeah, exactly. Daily porking, Los Dos. It could be Los Dos. I mean, that's entirely possible.
Does Pilsner add anything flavor-wise?
No, it's just going to balance it out.
Not against the Vienna.
What's that mean?
Well, I'm just saying that Pilsner is going to be, Pilsner is more of a, in this context, it's going to be more of a texture,
Yeah.
Okay.
right? So basically it's going to smooth out the richer Vienna malt.
Yeah.
And no, I want a rich.
Wow.
So if you want to make Mordenkainen a more balanced character, you would go for Pilsner. If
Yep.
not,
Yep. Just flatten it out a little bit.
Milkshake beer.
God, something happened over here. Hang on.
evaporated pretty quickly.
Yeah, there's something wrong with this cup. Hang on.
Yeah. Just
It got fucked up.
See if be on that beer again.
not enough, really. It's only like 6.5.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jack confirmed it.
I gotta turn that down. Good. We don't want any more than this. Honestly, I bless the rains. I'm glad that there was this much because then it limited how much I could actually pour in there. God, so they say no. Some of their idea, because there's 2 cadres in here, right? Like some of them, their idea of balance is to leave our initial thing. I bled the rain. Here, Talp, we shall see. You know, like I was telling Enrique Iglesias, I'm going to emphasize the ranged blob aspect
and
of this.
I fucking hate that because I know I'm just going to be eating so much hot sauce.
Dude, no. It's a 40 unit.
Yeah.
It's like a 20-man unit, basically. 40 shots, obviously, in half range.
Yeah, and whenever you kill one of Kiko's units, which is going to be easy with your nonsense,
Yeah.
I'm going to be drowning in hot.
You're going to be feasting.
Yeah.
Now, they don't want it. They say no.
Okay. So, do we want to go next? We'll, to bring it into the red ale spectrum.
To goose it.
We can do some crystal,
Oh, yeah.
head retention, clarity, or head retention, and caramel flavor.
Oh, which is very, very good if we're emphasizing malt.
What else do we got? We could put some red. What the fuck is red X?
What the fuck is red X?
Second, red
Is
X.
this Josh, is this some experimental grain?
Look at the chart. It'll give you more information.
Well, not that much. No, it's
called red X.
It's called red X. It's from Best Malts.
Okay, hold
Here.
on. Let's.
That helps.
Okay, let's hit the internet, but we're putting it in there because just fucking.
It's recommended by Micro Homebrew as a common grain, so I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Eric. Just get your mitts on that.
It can be used as 100% of the grain bill.
That tastes great. I mean, obviously it's got some husks. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about the flavor.
Oh, bright beers with intense red colors to be brewed. Okay, I put that on the list.
God, it's so smooth and nice.
What was our original malt? Vienna? Okay.
Oh man, Red X is legit. We have to play with that for sure. I mean, I feel like that's when we find a cool hop. That just has a very unique flavor.
Maybe see if there's anything else interesting on the
Yeah. Well, for this, we're trying to hit a specific color. Let's see, how would I describe that? It's going to be dry, but also rich. Yeah, Red X is another winner, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously we want to use the best Red X. We don't want these other shit eaters.
Right? I don't want like half-assed Red X or
Gross.
marginally good Red X.
Yuck. Now I just want to eat these grains. What grain will I eat next?
Okay, so I'd say, what, is that the only one we have on that list?
And we got Crystal and Red
Crystal and Red. And
as our goose editions.
if we want to go in our more roasty characteristics,
Oh,
special
get there
roast.
another way.
Yeah.
Special roast?
Yep.
Okay. Just real quick so that I know what we're talking about here. Ooh.
Special roast is going to give you that coffee and bitter flavor in the beer.
Almost like a rye cracker. Mm-hmm. That's really cool. Man, those are all winners, dude. That's a winner for sure.
Mm-hmm. Red X, just fucking Wolverine with bloody claws or something. Voodoo Ranger, welcome to the stream.
Voodoo Ranger in the building, coming in for the Red X.
See, Voodoo Ranger recommends Red X. There you go.
We're done.
93%.
And Orion Rogue. Look at that.
Wow, I mean, it is really neat. Like that, it is. I would say that it's odd. Like the wheat body of it is really substantial, but the sweet that's underneath it is super novel.
Yeah.
Gotta show up for the Red X. Red X fans unite, I guess.
Yeah.
Listen, it's 19. Nobody wants Crystal. Who came in for Crystal? See, Goombalax comes in for Crystal at the very end. Nickman, too late.
I support you, Goombalax.
Too late. All right, now, Red X, dude, this is going to be a maze.
Okay, so we could be done with this beer right now.
On the grain, yeah, for sure.
So none. And the question is, do we want to put a little bit of roasty characteristic into this, and that would be special roast, but
Yeah.
or we could just say, that we're out of here. Let's move on to hops.
Mordenkainen make a fireball spell? What spells did he do?
He had a
All
lot
of them?
He had a lot of hot spells. I mean, Fireball was probably a Mordenkainen spell. Originally, right? You did bring Weird Sisters. I have it right here.
Oh.
So you're saying this is good? I'm just going to read a couple pages, and I'll let you know if I'm going to read any more. So far, I don't like it.
That was the fucking...
A lot of this legal information
Text.
in the beginning did not stir me.
Yeah, it really didn't move your...
It did not stir my spirit.
I get it.
That's pretty good. They're talking about where the dragons went. Wow, that's great. Where have these books been all my life?
Literally sitting on every fucking shelf in every library and bookstore that you could possibly find.
Yeah, they're talking about the dragons, how they're not like, they're gone, but they're like in a specific place, sort of contained, like packed in like sardines. It's like sardines, but like if sardines were like cruel and scaly and arrogant, it's like, all right, well, all right, that's pretty good.
Yeah, remember How to Train Your Dragon?
Oh no, is it a ripoff? Well, yeah, see, Piril, I love to hear this. I'd love an explanation for why I haven't read them that isn't my fault and is someone else's fault. Absolutely. That's
Yeah,
incredible.
but you had like 20 years of catch-up time.
Yeah, listen.
I think everyone assumed you just read them already.
I think that's actually what it is. No, they don't want anything else.
Great, that's fantastic. So what kind of hops do we want?
All right, now, so exactly. So what is a Mordenkainen hop?
A balanced hop, if you will.
Typical Thrill. I was this close to making the ketchup reference.
Yeah.
Close.
So, I mean, we could literally go with Magnum if we really wanted to.
Magnum basically hits
Everything.
Magnum is like that thing where like a kid comes in and throws every switch.
Yeah.
Well, because it's balanced, but he's also like super powerful.
But it's also chaos, right?
Got a punch in the face.
I love when I type in Magnum, it goes straight for condoms and guns.
Peepees.
Yeah.
Right.
So it has subtle aromas of black pepper, nutmeg, and a touch of citrus.
Yeah, I mean,
It is
it
clean
has
and versatile.
all of it.
Yeah.
It has all of it. Now, but we do have condoms for guns. But we do have some pros. Cluster. What is cluster?
Ooh, cluster would be kind of fun. Yeah.
And a touch of condoms.
It's clean with a black currant like aroma.
Clean. I like that. I think that's really cool.
What else can we get in here?
Orion, you got any concept of Mount? Let's see. Orion says Mount Hood, and Mount Hood is
Because Orion always says a Mount.
yeah. It's like, you know what though? But what if this is the time?
Yeah. Can we do it?
Mount Hood. Let's take a look.
What's standard in a red ale usually?
Like Fuggles.
Yeah, Fuggles, classic British bittering hops.
It's honey-like, mild herbal notes of fennel and tarragon with floral or lemony elements.
Can you say that again?
Sure.
That's what a wild ride.
Medium intensity
Medium intensity. Okay.
with light sweetness that is often described as honey-like. Mild herbal notes such as fennel and tarragon, along with the floral and lemony elements, may also be noticeable.
Okay. So,
You get that fennel in there.
yeah. Get that roasted fennel.
Yeah, if you don't have fennel in there.
Where's fennel, goddammit? Hey, everybody, 3 is fennel. Vote for that.
I love
shit.
fennel.
Wow.
You know,
Dude,
I'm
Josh-
not. I don't want to take this from Josh at this
But
point.
Josh, like,
He's
literally
super excited. Like everybody
nothing-
vote 3. Nobody vote
nothing-
anything fucking else.
a
shit.
roasted fennel bulb. I shit you not. That drives me wild.
I just love that licorice anise.
Yeah.
flavor.
So
What is not to like? And then you roast it, and then it's tender. Ooh.
did I tell you how my grandma used to make my Italian grandmother? She used to make these black olives.
No.
Like she'd take black olives, soak them in,
From a can?
Yeah, just regular black olives.
Yeah.
But soak them in oil, orange peel, and fennel seeds, and it turns into a totally
I have had that
different
here.
olive.
I have had
Yeah.
that here in town.
Yeah.
That must be a classic.
It's a classic Italian dish, right?
It's magic.
Yeah.
The
'Cause
olive.
it's not an olive anymore. It's like this weird,
No.
like super textured.
The olive with the orange and the oil and the
fennel,
herb
yeah.
is you can eat an unlimited number of them. Like
And I don't like black olives, but those ones I
no,
do.
They taste important.
Yeah.
As soon as you're like, I need more of these.
Yeah.
I need to find out where I can get more. And when I run out, I'll be angry.
Yeah.
Maybe angry enough to kill. Mount Hood. That's what they want.
You're writing all this shit down, right?
Yeah. I got it in my notes.
No, underdog. I do not like black olives unless they're in this form.
Okay. Let's get it.
Okay, so we need a yeast.
Guest.
What kind of beer were we making again? Red ale.
Radio.
So, there is a red ale yeast,
It's absolutely an Irish.
an Irish red ale yeast. There is, we could use the English ale, which is going to be a little bit more malty. Or we could just say, kind of go screw it and go take one for the team and go back and say an American ale.
Do an American
Which is
ale.
dry, crisp,
Dry,
and
crisp, fruity, right? Well, that's 2. Yeah. I was confusing American ale 1 and 2.
Oh, yeah. Weekly Ask. Acquisitions Intoxicated, the recipe book. Someday.
It's not impossible, dude.
No.
It's just not.
We only got like 170 recipes.
Well, yeah, and
It's more like the anthology.
but especially if you go in and like every recipe, we also stat as a potion. Mm-hmm. That just seems like a fun. That seems like a fun book. Mm-hmm. So Irish red ale, yeast, American ale. You're saying the British for the mega malt. Mm-hmm.
Bacon, I don't know if we'd have to rank them. I think we'd have to, it would be cool to like group them according to their abilities. Like,
well, they would have to be in there by style.
Some would be healing abilities. Some would be like poisons or, blah, 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 stuff like that.
But obviously.
Lightning breath, right?
Yeah. But we would break it down by, honestly, the index would probably have 2 polarities, right? Or we would come up.
Well, you would do an index, like a table of contents, and then an index in the back, right?
Right, and that way you're never going to be losing it. Signing bonus. We've actually gone through our last cans of signing bonus.
Speak for yourself. I got one last.
You still have one?
I kept one.
It's good.
Yeah.
It was really good. And there's every possibility that we have that there'll be another crossover beer.
Yeah, I mean, there may be something happening. We'll see
at
what
some
happens.
point in the future,
I don't know what kind of big event would be coming up that we may have something.
It's crazy.
Mardi Gras?
Yeah, Mardi Gras. We're totally going to Mardi Gras.
That's not it, you goose.
I really do want to go. I've never been to New Orleans,
I
and I really want to go to New Orleans.
I just want
to not during Mardi Gras. I just want to go.
2 things. I want to.
Valentine's Day.
Yes.
That's the one. I want to go to New Orleans and I want to eat.
I want to eat. I want to see jazz, and I want to visit the graveyards.
But also apparently you can hire a band to follow you from place to place on your birthday.
That's all I want.
And that sounds pretty good.
I've always wanted just like a band behind me for my own theme
This is
music.
a real thing.
Right?
But I mean, I'm not making it up.
Like,
it's a specific thing that happens there.
Yeah, I want to do it.
Hold on, Toast. What is a beta? I know about the king cake. I'm familiar with it. Watch out.
What is king cake? Is that
It's a special recipe.
Oh, a king cake. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was a place in Seattle. I thought it was a 2 king cake.
They want the Irish red ale. Yes. And we should give it to
Yeah,
them.
Abita is good. What? Oh, okay.
Irish red ale.
Great.
Easy. Now, we have reached.
Yeah, you got to go to Cafe Du Monde, obviously.
We have reached
Those beignets.
the final phase. Yes, a baked lord.
King cake has a baby.
That's my understanding, Underdog Ag. Now, we need a name for this beverage, this Mordenkainen's beverage. What is EJB's theme music?
That's
if we
good.
win, I would pick.
love to. We'd have to like.
I would do it for you. if we went there, I would do it for you.
Yeah.
And I would cook up the playlist, and you would just be happy the whole time.
That'd be amazing.
Okay. Wizard drank it. Red flags.
Nice.
That's a great name. I am shocked that I haven't seen that out there.
Mm-hmm. The flavor of mint.
Mordenkainen's lubrication.
Mordenkainen's potable potion. Sure. Magnificent malt. Effervescent drought. Yeah, because you're always going to start with Mordenkainen's, right? Like delicious draft, luscious libation. There you go. Alliteration aside, it's fantastic.
That's getting murky.
Yeah, it's 6-row, Josh, so it's going to do that. It's more hearty.
I mean, we saw the dust come up, right? That's all ending up in there.
Swamp juice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Effervescent Draught is like perfect. That's such a just the way that the old spells were written.
Yeah.
Or draft.
Drought.
Luscious libation, also good. Mordenkainen presents Beers of the Multiverse. I would love it.
Draught. Tale of Ale. That's fun.
Bonkers Brew. I mean, obviously we like that.
Yep.
Mordenkainen in red thrill.
Mordenkainen.
Mental obliterator. We do. Jim's legally distinct luscious libation.
Red, white, and brew. Yeah.
Tasteful.
Foray into Thay. That's good.
Oh yes, wasabi. That's actually true. That's true. But as you see before you, the back end has been established and maintained indefinitely.
Yeah. So if
and
you
then
find
even
a V2 of the Pico, they are light years ahead of the V1 and will work.
yeah, you don't want the first one in either case. But even once it crashes out, the people have already spoofed it and figured out how to lie to the device so that it thinks it's still real.
Tome of flavors. That's good.
Ooh. Mordenkainen.
Mordenkainen? Who said that?
We like that. That's
Oh,
mojo.
mojo.
And then Spellbound. Perfect. Mordenkainen. Here, sorry, Thrill. I gotta bump it. I have to take it up to Mordenkainen.
Yeah.
Perfect. Here, we got a good selection here. Take a look at these bad boys. Glass cannon.
Oh, that's
8-bit
good.
Andy. Oh, God, 3 seconds too late. I just want you to know that I saw it and I get the double entendre.
Holy shit, neutrality?
It's pretty good.
Cab, that's great.
I'm just saying glass cannon. Parfait. Very, very good. I don't know what's going on with this list, man.
Yeah.
So I brought the scarabs back in. I got the Royal Warden. Basically, it's the list I tried
All you have
and
to
did incorrectly.
Yeah.
And the new version of the list has all the warriors in one pile, backed up with their own character hero. Scarabs for the flank element.
That's frightening.
And then the Overlord coming in with strength 8. So every time I roll against a Space Marine for wounds, I get the 2 up, right?
That is frightening. So all you have to do is really lock down his dreadnought with those scarabs, because that's a friggin' shit show.
Yeah, hang on.
Take at least 6 hit points away from that thing, knock him down a peg on his stats, and then go to town with the shots. I don't know if Crimson is in the channel, but I got whatchamacallit, Magnus.
Oh, Mag.
Close. I got Magnus, and I'm sending that up to Crimson to paint.
Oh, perfect.
So we'll have Magnus on the table soon. I just hope that's a giant
290?
distraction.
I mean, how many points?
I think it's like 400 points.
Oh,
or something.
jeez.
Yeah, that's high.
It's a whole army?
Yeah.
Magnus gun condoms.
Magnus's condoms would be horrifying to look at. All right, I'm going to give this a couple more seconds because it's very, very close.
Is it? Oh, yeah, look at that.
Between Mordenkainen's Effervescent draft,
God.
which is basically exactly how those spells would have been written back in the day.
Yeah,
But
this is
Mordenkainen, big fans. Big fans.
Mordenkainen's real good.
Oh, no, now it's equal.
Effervescent draft.
Oh, that's tough.
It's Mordenkainen. It is actually Mordenkainen's Effervescent draft. Mordenkainen is so good, though.
Yeah, we can
It makes me want to
revisit
come
that.
back. It makes me want to come back and hit it. Well, hey, Gathered Throng, thank you so much for rolling through. What a pleasure it's been. Hey, we are going to reconfigure this room into an arena of doom. Nope. No, Blind Cleric
Blind Cleric won.
Sorry, Blind Cleric came away with it. We got to get out of here. Now, we're going to reconfigure this room into an arena of doom and death. Kiko and I will go at one another, hacking limbs.
I just got too scared of my Thousand Suns last time.
Yeah, Kiko and I are working very hard to get second. And so we just got to figure out who's going to do it. So yeah, as soon as we get done in here, we will turn the cameras back on. Kiko and I will engage one another on the field of battle underneath Eric's watchful eye. EMW, this is a combat patrol game, so we are still at the 500 point level. Very legible, I think, even for the newcomer. It makes a lot of sense, and each of us individually is going to have only 2 to 3, 4 max elements on the board, and then we'll try to explain it and make sure that you understand exactly what the stakes are. It's going to be pretty cool, I think. So come back and see us. We're going to go on pause for a second, and we'll be right back.